Who has more leverage, the 49ers or Deebo in this situation?
So I think on the surface, you would say the 49ers because they technically could force Deebo, even if Deebo sits out. Guess what? You just push things back for one more year.
Right.
You're still a part of the 49ers. And by the way, we can franchise tag you for 2 more years.
Right.
But I think Deebo low key does here. And the reason that I say that is because it all comes back to public perception. And when I say public, I'm not talking about the fans in this scenario. I'm talking about the rest of the players around the league. How you handle these situations is how successful you're going to be in navigating and getting free agents going forward.
Right.
These are the things that other players around the league remember. These are the things that other players around the league talk about. So if Deebo truly wants out and he will not move off that stance for whatever reason, the 49ers need to be swift. They need to make this move before the draft. They need to get it done and and just wash their hands of the situation. They have to do right by Deebo according to public perception. And also, they have a card that they can play because they've gone through. Mayoko said what he said. Schefter came out and said what he said yesterday. That's the 49ers out there saying, hey, we tried our best. Just so you know, when this trade request comes through tomorrow, it wasn't us. We've been trying to sign Deebo. We want to keep Deebo. He doesn't want to be here. And you can do quote unquote right by him by trading him. But if you make him wait this out and you make him play that game and force him to play on a rookie deal and he gets hurt or something crazy like that, you've handled it about as wrong as you possibly can. And good luck getting big time free agents unless you're willing to wildly overpay for everybody going forward.
It's like, hold on, like if they were to keep him against his will, what would be the reasoning? Like, well, he's too good. We need him to play well.
Yeah.
If you keep him against his will, he's not going to play that well. And it's like, well, he needs to play well to get a contract. He's not going to do it. He's not going to play running back. He's not going to play through injuries. I mean, there were a lot of times last year where he would go down and go to the sideline and come back like he was Rocky Balboa last year. It's not going to happen. He's not going to do that for you anymore. You're not going to get the same player. So keeping him against his will, like what are you really keeping? A guy who will poison your locker room, not poison your locker room, but a guy who's disgruntled. You don't need that. He's going to go from being a leader to being an anti-leader. He's not going to be the guy he was last year. He's going to be a problem. So just trade him, because the longer this goes on, the more his value goes down. If he misses time, his value goes down. Right? If he sits, his value goes down. If he holds out, you could get a first and a second for him right now. If you wait like you did with Jimmy, it's going to go down. So I think Deebo essentially has the leverage, and the way he's acting, the way like trying to, unless he's doubled back, if he's forcing the trade, it makes me feel like his agent has heard, hey man, this team will pay you what we want, or these couple of teams will pay you what we want. So force that trade. Talk to Jeff Darlington. Do like this is agent coordinated if that's the case. If not, if Deebo's just been emotional and he's going to walk it back once the Niners make nice with him, fine. I don't know.
Yeah, and we don't know that, and you're right. But the thing is that his agent knows exactly what he's worth because he also represents DK and AJ Brown. He knows what those guys are probably about to get. So yes, he knows that Deebo's in that neighborhood, maybe higher, depending on how you want to look at this. So they know what his value is across the league. They already know the answer to that question. And so if the 49ers are not willing to give it to him and he truly wants to be traded, and maybe there's something that we don't know, right? Schefter came out and he made a good point. And this is something that I said a few days ago myself. What if Deebo just wants to be on the East Coast? Is it at all possible that that's it, right? Like this is his chance to get closer to home. Deebo just had a kid. And when you have a kid, things change in life. Priorities change in life. And maybe he just has that inner circle that is on the East Coast that he wants to be closer to. Maybe that's playing a factor in this. We don't know all of the motives. I'm sure it is mostly money. I'm not going to say it's not.
No,
but yeah, I've got to believe there are other motives
here. You're
here.
offering me $19 million. I want to live on the East Coast. If you're offering me 27, I love San Jose.
For
I
sure.
love San Jose. You know what I mean?
For
But
sure.
yeah, absolutely. If you're gonna lowball a guy, then all of a sudden there's a million reasons not to take the contract. And it's not just money.
I don't want to be a running back. I want to be closer to home. That's where my support system is. This. Yeah.
Oh, 27 million. Oh, forget these. I hate these Coast. The
Yeah.
weather's terrible over there.
Yeah. It's really overrated over there. It
Quite
stays fall all
overrated.
the
My
time.
family, they can come out here. Official B&M Music 88 says Parag basically told Deebo he was going to hook him up with a brand new Sega Saturn in 2022. 25 M's not good enough. Yesterday's price is not today's price. I just feel like, how many wins are you going to have without Deebo? That's what he's worth to you. How much is a win worth to you? How many wins are you going to have with him? How many wins are you going to have without him? What's the difference? That's what he's worth. Figure it out. John, Kyle, Parag. Those are your real names. All right, moving on.
The flip side, I want to say this, though, just real quick. The flip side to that, though, Grant, is you also have Bosa about ready to get paid. If you just open up a blank check for Deebo, not only are you resetting the market for Deebo and all the wide receivers, you're resetting the market for everybody. So if you say, hey, I'm going to give Deebo $75 million guaranteed, guess what? Bosa wants $100 million guaranteed next year.
I'm supposed to care about Denise York's money? That's her problem.
No, we're not supposed to care.
I'm team trade Bosa.
I agree. Oh, you're listen. I'm all about Deebo getting his money, but looking at it from the organization standpoint, if they're the ones that go wildly and say, not only are we going to pay Deebo, but we're going to give him $20 million more than the second wide receiver, we have to give Bosa $100 million guaranteed minimum. You can't continue to afford those contracts.
$1 million.
Yeah, you want to trade it. Yeah, you want to trade it for $1 million. Yeah, you do.